This is the Louie T Network. Hey, either you're outside or you're
in the lab room.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? Welcome. You are in the lab room. Of course, I am your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 10 in the National Football League. New York Jets. J-E-T-S. Jets. Taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Man, what did I say about these Steelers, man? I don't know about these boys, man. Every time I jump on the and look, I've been on the bandwagon since day one. I'm talking off season. After the draft, I was high on these Steelers. And I've talked about this team needing to take the step of being a more consistent football team and avoiding the pitfalls and the traps that the league can set for you. This is a prime example. You come off of 3 consecutive home games, you sweep them up, you score a boatload of points in the process. You look like a different football team. Here comes the hapless 1-8 New York Jets, and you lay an egg. No, Pittsburgh. No, don't do it. So let's jump into this game. Jets come out, and the one thing I can always say about Rex Ryan, you say what you want about Rex Ryan. I say this all the time. You know you're getting defense, and you know you're getting an abundance of confidence. They can be 0-12. They can be 12-0. It doesn't matter. Same Rex Ryan all day long, all day strong. Call him a leave. All day strong, all day long. That's the type of confidence he's got, no matter what the situation. So they probably came into this game saying, hey, we can beat the Steelers, man. Tampa Bay beat them. We can beat them. So 14 play, 72-yard opening drive by the Jets yields a field goal. And that wasn't a tone setter of sorts. It was just the Jets' way of saying, hey, we're going to play football today. I don't know if it's going to be good enough to get us a W, but this isn't going to be what you did to the Colts. This isn't going to be what you did to the Ravens. This isn't going to be what you did to the Texans. We coming to play football today. And so then this one was the one that really grabbed my attention. 67-yard touchdown bomb from Vic to TJ Graham. It's 10-0. Jets on top, and I'm like, okay, Pittsburgh, what the hell are you doing? Wake up. Let's not do this today. Please stop it. All right, let's get on track now. This is the Jets. They're 1-8 for a reason. Pick up the pieces and let's go. And so Tones fumbles at his own 20. So the Steelers get the football back. I'm saying, all right, let's do something. They throw a little bubble screen out to Tones, and he coughs it up. Jets recover at the Pittsburgh Steelers 20-yard line, gives the Jets a huge takeaway. Vic then runs for 18 yards down to the 2-yard line. Of course, Jason Merrill gets in the end zone after that run. It's now 17-0 Jets. I'm not worried yet. I'm more concerned at this point. I'm not like pressing the panic button because it's still the first quarter and the Jets are still a bad team. So normally bad teams, we saw this, remember the Falcons a couple weeks ago in London, up 21-0 at the halftime break, lose the game 22-21. I always had, I'll tell you the moment when I lost hope in this game. Wasn't yet though. 17-0, end of the first quarter, I'm saying to myself, hey Pittsburgh, man, you straight tripping right now. You really need to turn it up. No, seriously, turn it up! So it's 17-0. Jets on top after 1. Excellent Steelers drive. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Punch it in now. Excellent Steelers drive ends abruptly as the football is deflected. Ben, okay, he was behind on this one. Great play by the defender to deflect the football, but Ben was behind on this slant route to Big Ten. Should have been out in front of him a little bit more. Maybe he saw the safety coming over and didn't want to lead him too far. It doesn't matter. If that's how you feel about the throw, then don't make the throw. But you can't throw the football behind him, give the defender a chance to get his hands on the football, which he did, goes up in the air. Great diving interception by Jaquan Jarrett, who recovered the fumble by Tones earlier on that possession that led to a touchdown for the Jets. So Jaquan Jarrett having a great game right now as he's got a recovery of a fumble and he's got an interception, a huge one at the goal line to thwart Steelers points here as the Steelers are trying to climb back into this game. Not happening. Jets still up 17-0 after the interception at the goal line. That stung. My confidence is starting to waver a bit. I'm not at the point where I'm giving up yet, but the confidence is starting to get a little shaky. So, questionable non-fumble call on Vic on the sidelines. He scrambles for the with the football. And we know this is one of the bugaboos of Michael Vick throughout his career. He can be careless with the football. Probably leads the NFL among quarterbacks with fumbles all time. If I had to guess, I'd say it'd be Michael Vick. And I thought he fumbled the football. I thought there was a clear definitive shot of him letting the ball go before he falls out of bounds. The knee isn't down yet. I thought that it was a clear recovery by the Steelers. I thought it was supposed to be overturned. I think Mike Carey agreed with that notion. And of course, I said this is a stands league. If it's not 125% crystal clear, these guys aren't overturning anything. And so it's a stands league. They called it a non-fumble on the field. That's what it stood as. And so Jets dodged a bullet. And so they get to punt the football. And when they punt the football, Tones muffs the punt. What a bad game for Antonio. And you know what? It's funny because Antonio Brown, I made the statement last week, Tones for MVP. And then he comes out and lays an egg in this game. And lays an egg in this game. He had a stinker. He fumbles one football, muffs a punt. He just struggled in this game against the Jets. But they caught a break as the Jets cannot take advantage of this muff as they missed the field goal. So it's still 17-0. Jets on top. Then the Steelers get two 15-yard completions as the half is starting to wind down. Ben does a masterful job of manipulating the clock and getting them into field goal range without any timeouts. It spikes the ball with 1 second left. They send Sean Sweezum, who I swear this guy is allergic to 50-yard field goals. They send him out there for a 53-yard. I'm like, there's no way this guy's making it. No way. And he knocks it home. I said, whoa, okay. That was the spark. I thought the Steelers needed to start a comeback. I said, okay, that field goal, momentum, ball after the half, all huge signs that this team is coming back after the halftime break. It's 17-3 at the half. And then this is when I said, okay, I don't know if the Steelers are going to come back and win this game or not. This is when the doubt started to creep in my mind right here. Ben with a bad interception. It's Jaquan Jarrett again. And Ben had about 57 seconds on this play. He sat back there and he got his Tom Brady on. I mean, he had the hop going. Ben looked all over the field. And then he saw a guy over the middle of the field. I don't remember who it was. But Ben threw this football with the utmost confidence. But when the cameraman actually caught up to the football, I said, God damn, Ben, where were you throwing this football? Anytime you throw the ball over the middle late like that and you put too much air under it, you're asking for trouble. That's what happened on this particular play. It gets picked off, and now I'm thinking, all that momentum you gained with that field goal right before the half, gone. It's gone. So now I'm looking at it and I'm saying, wow, you guys need a stop. The Jets put together a long drive. They get all the way down inside the Steelers' 10-yard line. And Michael Vick almost makes a monumental mistake. He throws it up for grabs on third down. And this is when I officially said, Steelers aren't coming back in this game. This is when I lost all hope. William Gay has an easy interception. Doesn't get any, and it was a loft job. We know Vick has a cannon for an arm. And this was a loft job. You couldn't throw it any softer than this. This was drugstore cotton soft. And William Gay has it go right through his mittens. I said, yeah, this is not your night. This is not your day. This is not going to go your way. Steelers are going to lose this game. And so after that, he drops the pick. They get a field goal. It's 20-7 at that point. I knew what this was. Sweezum misses a field goal to start the fourth quarter from 23 yards, the closest field goal missed all season long in the NFL. And so that's the type of day it was for the Steelers. They just couldn't get out of their own way. They tried to make things interesting late with an 80-yard Big Ten touchdown to make it a 6-point game. But the onside kick is failed, and the New York Jets upset the Pittsburgh Steelers, get their second win of the season, 20-14. I'm so disappointed in the Steelers, it's not even funny, because these are the type of games they have to avoid. And now what you've done is you've not only given the lead in the division to the Cleveland Browns, which I don't think that really matters at this point, but now you're giving confidence to a team like Tennessee next week that says, hey, the Jets beat these guys, Tampa Bay beat these guys, both of those teams are just as bad as we are, why can't we win? And so the Steelers, this is the inconsistency that drives me nuts with this team, is the simple fact that each and every single week they come out and they give confidence to the opposing team when they're not a good football team. When it's the Patriots, when it's the Ravens, when it's somebody good, they raise the level of their play. But when it's one of these bottom feeders, they just don't know how to drive that stake and that dagger through their heart. They did it with Jacksonville. Did it with this team here in the New York Jets. They did the same thing with Tampa Bay, allowed them to hang around, ultimately losing that game. The Steelers have to be more consistent. This is frustrating. These are the type of losses that at the end of the season, if you don't make the postseason, if you don't win your division, if something goes awry by one game, these are the type of games you look back on and say, yeah, we deserve that. Whatever you get, whatever your fate ends up being at the end of the season, if it's negative, you deserve it because you lost to Tampa Bay at home, because you lost to the Jets on the road, because you lost. These two teams, when they beat you, had a combined 1 win. And because of you, they both have an extra win total to their outcome on the season right now. So shame on the Steelers. Big win for the Jets. I don't think it's going to do anything for the morale of this team. Don't think it's going to save Rex Ryan's job, but it's always nice to win. Losing sucks. And the Jets were able to get one. They go to 2-8 on the season. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Steelers drop to 6-4. That is a devastating loss, but there's nothing you can do about it. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off. Get a win next week at Tennessee on Monday Night Football. That's going to do it for Jets and Steelers. I thank you for joining me. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the Lab Room. Got plenty more games to break down in week number 10 in the National Football League. See you in a bit.